I prefer really not to speak.
Gotcha.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
You guys all know what's dropped, you know what's been revealed. I'm just gonna get straight into it. I'm gonna start ripping this to shreds, exposing it for what it is, giving you guys the no holds barred, brutal reaction, my honest reaction to all that's been revealed. I was so keen to do like a live reaction video to the trailer, but I'm so glad I didn't. I'm so glad I didn't stay up and watch this because, where do we start, man? I mean, look, the trailer was like, what, 6.5 minutes of fluff, 7 minutes of absolute filler. I just don't understand how these are like groundbreaking, revolutionary features that need to be like advertised as like 4 main bullet points, and they're not even that major. This really just feels like a mini patch update. Feels like a mod. Don't understand. Was I expecting more? Yes, I'm always expecting more, but realistically, you gotta set your expectations a little below par for EA. This was all pretty much leaked from the presentation back a couple of weeks ago, so I was at least expecting maybe one more thing new, but all the leaks were actually true. Everything was revealed early on Twitter, like videos came out about the presentation, and nothing in this trailer has, you know, caught me off guard, surprised me even like slightly. This is gonna be a long year for Karimo, guys. The sooner mods and the PC modding community can get together and release mods, the better. The only major, and I mean major in like quotation marks, feature is actual coaching staff. The reintroduction of staff, I should say. Like they're back in FIFA 07 to like FIFA 11, you had staff upgrades, so they've just brought that back from a previous game, slightly enhanced it a little bit. Player career, like it's just been an afterthought for like 10 years now. It honestly just feels like a mini game attached to career mode. When you're comparing FIFA player career to like the best in the business, like NBA 2K, it is light years behind. It is eons behind the 8 ball, like what it could potentially be. Like I don't really play player career mode that much because honestly, it hasn't changed since like FIFA 16. It's still basically the same experience. I leaked this like 2-3 weeks ago. Ballon d'Or celebration. That's like a headline feature now because now they've licensed the Ballon d'Or in game with France Football. Now that they're detached from FIFA, they've got these little licensing deals all happening, but you know, there was a realistic Ballon d'Or mod like a lot of you guys would have seen in some of my videos. After 6 years of the same Ballon d'Or stale news style cutscene, it wasn't even a cutscene, it was just a GIF really. It's taken them that long to figure out a Ballon d'Or cutscene. Anyway, nevertheless, let's just dive into the real nitty gritty and break this down.
What the f is this piece of shit?
Let's just break this down, you know, my personal view of everything and just, you know, absolutely tear it limb from limb. All they've done is invented 7 new tactical styles, which kind of was already in the game with team management and your tactics. They've just like added one little layer above that of a little bit more detail with like a team vision, tactical vision. And EA, like they're not going to add any more. There's only 7. So according to EA, there's only 7 play styles in the world that all of world football use. That includes standard, wing play, tiki-taka, counter-attack, Gengen pressing, finally kick and rush, and park the bus, which used to be in previous FIFA games. I believe that was new in like FIFA 15, but now you can see your team tactical vision. You can have a little bit more customization when it comes to tactics, but is that really like a flagship feature? This is the first bullet point of manager career. More tactics. That should be like maybe the 4th or 5th thing I should see on this page. Not like number 1 is more tactics, guys. We can now have a tactical vision, which, you know, now you think about it, manager career, that probably should have been added a long time ago. That's not a major feature for me. You can start to see how it's been implemented into team management, into your game plans, into your tactics. However, what comes with it is like all this new vision scouting, I guess, with new coaches. You can hire decent coaches, like staff upgrades, like coaching staff is finally in the game. It's another feature that could have been added ages ago, but who knows what was happening with that. This is the only big game-changing, if I can even say that, feature. Another thing I just don't understand about these coaches is that they have no faces. Back in FIFA 07, I swear, I'll pop up an image. They had like little custom faces. They actually had a little bit of personality to them. Gabriel Sierra, and it's just a name. I guess in order to get the best out of your players, you're gonna have to hire decent coaches. Another element you have to figure out, or another, you know, hurdle you have to jump over in this whole manager career experience, because they're saying a lot for something very minor. It's just another financial hassle you're gonna have to deal with, I guess. You got your defensive coach, goalkeeper coach, midfielder coach, and attacking coach, which you'd expect. But I swear it was like back in FIFA 11, you had a negotiation coach, like all different kinds of staff. You had a fitness coach, you had a head scout, negotiator, a stadium manager, all on top of that, a fitness coach as well to help with your players' like physical condition, their stamina and all that. Now they've added in back a feature from FIFA 10, FIFA 11, yet they haven't even like reintroduced it in all its glory. It's just attack, midfield, defense, goalkeeper, coach. Like, it's just such a mid feature. Like, for the coaching staff, can I hire an assistant manager? No, it's only for your team. It's only for the players. Something else I wonder about these coaching staff is that if you move clubs or if you get sacked, are your coaching staff going to follow you to your new team, or do you have to start from scratch? Like, so many other questions that they really haven't answered. And the most improvements come in like a feature that's already been in the game, training. Like, training got introduced back in FIFA 16, didn't change for like 5-6 years, and then all of a sudden in the space of like 3 iterations of the game, it has had so many changes. They just don't really know what they're doing with training. Training plans, you can either have balance, energy focused, shifting on fitness and sharpness, which I guess is okay. Like, it's just a nice quality of life feature. It's not like a headline, yes, this is going to sell the game. This is going to get the people playing career mode. Slightly tweaked training guides. We've got the fans back. Like, they feel like a nice little update, a nice little upgrade, especially with this pre-match preparations, which you just know the defensive style, the offensive style, that's all just going to be copy and pasted. Key defensive and key attacking players is nice, but you could already see their starting 11 before the game, so you can kind of analyze that yourself. The form thing is nice, decent little quality of life upgrade. I can't really say this is worth like buying a new game for. Do training before a game to adjust to an opponent and get like different play styles on your players, but then once the game's over, they lose them all, and then you've got to do it again for the next game. It's just kind of fickle. It's pointless. It's just another chore they've added. Like, if you want players to have certain play styles only for one game, like after that, they've forgotten how to do all that. You've got to go back into the training again. I hope you can simulate this and still get the same results, but if you have to play training, that's just an extra chore that nobody wanted. Just to get a few little traits and play styles. Like, it's not worth sitting there wasting time playing training. Now, here's the new tactical views and like match simulation camera angles that everyone's getting excited about. There's no first person mode, which was kind of not really leaked, but kind of rumored. Like, for player career mode, there was supposed to be a first person camera, but no, it's just a new camera angle they've added. Good job, guys. You added a new camera angle. Oh, that would have taken them a couple months to think of that. You're going to have like little multiple views on the sideline, in the stands, which is kind of cool. Like on the touchline with your manager. But this is just like, they've already had this in the game with the replay theater. They've just added it in real time. And then you can also implement your tactics whilst the game is going down. And you could already do this in a glitch in the game where you had no control over your players. And also it was possible to just have CPU versus CPU in PC mods. Again, this is another feature that could have been added probably years back in like FIFA 21 when they added the whole interactive match sim. Because the fact that like 80% of this feature was like kind of possible before this game is, yeah, that just speaks volumes about it. And dynamic moments, which was a focus point of the trailer, like a main bullet point of last year. So FIFA 23 already had dynamic moments. Now they're just saying, well, we've got the Ballon d'Or celebration. We've got, you know, end of season awards, which is kind of nice because they were never really highlighted in the news tiles. It wouldn't really be featured all too prominently like the player of the month. I guess that's kind of neat. The Ballon d'Or's been in there since FIFA 18. Now they've actually decided to show it some love because they've got the license for it. The open top bus trophy parade end of the season. I mean, it's going to be nice. Maybe the first time, obviously. Second time, it might lose a little bit of its shine. And it's only if you win trophies. Like, what happens if you get relegated? If you don't hit your objectives? If you get sacked? Like, shouldn't those moments kind of be highlighted as well? Not just the glory, but, you know, the lows, the highs, everything that happens in your career. And all the newly added cutscenes are exclusive to next-gen consoles and PC. So if you're on the PS4 and Xbox One, you get nothing. And probably the most notable features out of this whole presentation are like the little footnotes at the bottom where you can see we've extended the amounts of clothing and accessories for your manager, which there was already a mod which you could unlock all types of clothes and Volta outfits. I'm sure it's still going to be minimal, like the same 5 suits you can wear, change the color. Here's a big one, which people were saying sponsors are returning back to the game, but no. In our list of kit templates for Create a Club, it's been expanded to include a variety of models that feature chess sponsors. Like, they already have them on it. There's not going to be custom sponsors where you can put your own sponsors on the shirt. It is going to be shirt templates that already have like Qatar Airways or just a random Nike template. Don't get too excited about that because sponsors aren't returning to the game. I've also said moving forward, the AI will try and keep a balanced number of players on the left and right hand sides of the pitch. So finally, Manchester United won't be signing like 10 left backs. Another feature or addition that everyone's getting excited about, it's tattoos. Finally, they're in player career mode when you create a player. I'm sorry to rain on your parade, but this was already in Volta and pro clubs like in FIFA 23. It was already in Volta from like FIFA 21. I'm gonna let loose. I'll take it even back to FIFA 18, where it was in the journey. Alex Hunter, the king, got the chance to have tattoos, and now 6 years later, people were celebrating. They finally added it into play career. Like, they've had it in the game. They just couldn't be bothered transferring it over from pro clubs to my player. Oh, man. They're just taking a piss at this rate. Player personality 2.0, like, player career is so dead, bro. It's very middle of the road. It doesn't feel like a new era of FIFA. Role of the player agent. Like, this might have a little bit of usability. Like, you can kind of target your team you want. Say, if you really want to join Manchester United, you can set that as a personal goal, as a personal target for your agent, and you'll have different objectives and goals you have to reach in order to be considered. But otherwise, like, players have already had agents. Like, they've been in that cutscene ever since, like, FIFA 19 or FIFA 18. You can target your team. You can earn a new contract. That screen was leaked quite a while back. So instead of just waiting and hoping you get the transfer offer you really want, you can now, like, directly focus, which is kind of nice, and something which I don't know why is so far down the pecking order. You can finally become a free agent. I was shocked by it. I was stunned. I was taken aback. You can only join a club and then become a free agent if they don't renew your contract. It's not like you can start off as a free agent on the open market and see what clubs offer in for you. No, you can't start unemployed, which is what a lot of the fans in the player base have requested over the years. That's a start. You can become a free agent, and it is a possibility, but only if you don't renew your contract. So there's always a catch. And like most people, I was sitting there watching the end of that video like, what? That's it? After all that hype, after a brand new era, leaving the FIFA franchise, like, this is all they've brought in. Like, no even mention of the youth academy. No improvements to create a club, no online career mode, which, let's face it, was more of a pipe dream than an actual reality. No youth teams, no historical stats, no, like, actual new features. Like, tactics we've already had in the game. Now it's just a little bit more in-depth. Training, which has been changed and adjusted for the last 2 years. Like, we've already had the in-depth training. Now you get pre-match preparation, which is probably no one's going to bother to do. They're just going to simulate it or just let the assistant manager deal with it. And these are the same cutscenes from FIFA 23. Like, why are they showing these same cutscenes? And when you start off the new trailer by recycling old cutscenes that everyone skips from the previous game, yeah, you know we're going to be in trouble. Same transfer. It's the same transfer signing negotiation cutscene. That's the same my player cutscene. Dynamic moments, get in the bin. Training plans, you're not really rocking the boat with that one. We've still got the same, like, menus in terms of, like, central, squad, transfers, office, and customize, so nothing's really changed there. Why is the background, like, so null and void of color and brightness? Like, why is it so dark? Anyway, this touchline cam, why isn't it like a first-person view of the actual manager? Like, wouldn't that be more cool? Instead of, like, staring into Klopp's back. Who let them cook, man? Like, honestly, they thought they did something here, but it's just all falling flat for me. Some of you might be impressed by this, some of you won't. I mean, I'm just over it at this point. This doesn't get me, like, buzzing and excited for the game to drop and to make content. I don't know how we've got here, but we have. That's the pre-order bonus you get if you pre-order the game. There has been no homegrown talent. That's been taken out. I feel like a broken record saying all this, honestly. I feel like the community, like, everyone has been screaming about this for the past, like, 5 years. I don't know how this trailer has, like, a positive like ratio. Like, how are there only 7k dislikes on this video? I'm with this guy. They should add dynamic player potential for each player, not only your team. However, it only applies to you and your team only. Like, the best Wonder Kids are still going to become the best Wonder Kids. The Bellinghams of this world aren't going to flop tremendously. They're always going to reach their potential. Ballon d'Or rankings is another one that people are, like, requesting as well, and I just think it's going to be the announcement. I don't even know what's going to happen to the week before where they show the nominees. Is that still in the game? I'm not sure. I guess the last thing we can hope for now is that all the glitches and bugs are dealt with. It's been play tested, and we don't have another broken launch like we did for FIFA 20. Like, that is the bare minimum. The bar is set in hell, and EA somehow every year still managed to only finish slightly above that bar. They've met the quotas. They've marketed it well. For people that see this game mode for so much more and see the potential it could be, these are extremely lackluster. These changes aren't good enough to be, for me, this is like a 2-3 out of 10 maybe. I know people were expecting a lot more than this, and this has let a lot of people down. A lot of people I've seen on the timeline are praising this. I just don't understand. I don't see how. They're adding minuscule features that barely have, like, an impact on the actual game, revamping features that were already there, bringing back features from, like, 5-10 years ago. Anyways, guys, I really didn't want to make a video like this. I wanted to be keen. I wanted to be excited. I wanted to be gushing about all the features and new additions in the game mode. Again, they have failed to deliver. I don't really know if this would be worth buying for you guys. But again, it's the new year. We got the same problems. Here we are. It's sad that it's come to this. Nevertheless, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Am I overreacting? Am I expecting too much? Should I just be happy and grateful with what we've got? Again, yeah, mods are gonna have to come in clutch and save this game. And yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Are you gonna be pre-ordering? Are you excited? Were you expecting a little bit more? Am I being a little bit too doom and gloom about the situation? I like being a realist, but sometimes things like this make me become a pessimist. As always, I've been your boy BCHD. Make sure to follow me and hit me up on all my socials down below. Drop a like on the video, subscribe. Have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the very next video.